Okay, hello everybody, this is Big Bang Crypto. My name is Sam and welcome to another episode. Now, a lot of things are going on right now, so let's take a look at the live chart. And well, in my previous video, I've been talking about the fact that I think that we will come up to approximately $12,800. And on the futures chart, we came up to over $12,500. All right, and that was the point where I posted in the Discord channel that I think this could be over now. I'm not waiting for $12,800, and so I sold nearly 70% of my bitcoins because I think that we are very close to the altcoin pump. Now, when we go back to the Bitstamp chart, something that you can see very clearly is that we are coming, or we're respecting this yellow line on the way up. So this is what I'm talking about. And as you can see, after reaching, well, nearly $12,300 on the Bitstamp chart, we came down all the way down to this line once again, found support on it, and then came back down to it again. We found support, and now we're again coming down and to test this line. So it looks like. Now the question is, will Bitcoin move up? So because there are a lot of people saying again 15,000, 16,000. For me, this is a big sign that we might not move up, we will come down, because when you remember the time when we were waiting for this third low at that point, so we came down to $9,050, everybody was expecting that we will even fall lower, and it didn't happen. All right, so a lot of YouTube videos, the media, the news, everybody's saying, all right, going down to $8,500, $7,000, is this still bear market, and things like that. And all of a sudden we saw this this move, and so I expect something like this again. All right, I mean, I know this looks like a continuation pennant, and I mean, if this plays out, all right, so we would see a crazy move upwards, and that wouldn't be what I expect after my analysis, because in my previous video I talked about the fact that every time we come down and see the third low on this falling channel, we come up to approximately to the 61 or somewhere between the 61 and 78% Fibonacci level. So this is what I'm talking about when we do it like that. All right, so something that we have seen many times, or nearly every time, is that Bitcoin comes up after the third low to the 61, or the highest point will be around the 78% level. All right, so this is the highest point we've ever been. All right, and I think this happened one time. So what happened at that point is absolutely okay for me. Now, if you say, what if we go up to the 78% level? So this could happen. All right, now this could happen. So this means we have to move up to $12,850, like I said in my previous video. And if we see a breakout upwards, okay, this could happen, but I don't see us moving higher than that. So everybody talking about 15,000, 16,000. I'm really asking myself, why are they saying that? So where is the clear information? Because everybody can throw numbers, but you have to say why you think that. All right? And everything I'm saying is based on the historical price movement. All right, so right now I'm watching this pennant formation, and I think we are very close to the point where we will see a breakout. And when we take out the volume, this away. So what you can see is this is the 1 hourly chart. All right, looks a little bit like declining volume. When we go over to the 15-minute chart, you can see, I hope you see it. All right, so what you can see more clearly is this declining volume. So yeah, I think we're very close to a point where something will happen, and I don't think that it will be another move upwards. And as I said, when we move upwards, then $12,800, that's all that we will see. And what you can do, or what is very important, is if you see Bitcoin breaking below this line right there, so this would be $11,670. When you see something like that, then expect Bitcoin to come down. All right, but don't trade it when you only see a little red candle. All right, so wait for confirmation or wait for a real sign if you want to trade it. And everybody's who's waiting for another move upwards, yeah, you know, stop loss and everything like that. So this is very important now, but I'm not going to trade it because, like I said, $12,800, this is the highest point I see Bitcoin going to, and I already made nice gains. I mean, if you bought at that point, I mean, I think my last order was around $9,100. So I mean, from that point all the way up to I think I sold at 12.2 or 3K. So so that's absolutely enough for me, and I'm not taking any risks for a little move higher. That makes no sense for me. I'll be waiting for this drop that will come at some point. It will come, and it will be absolutely unexpected for the most people. All right, so what I could imagine is a false breakout, people thinking, all right, it's happening, moving up to 15,000, and then all of a sudden we see things like that, or something like that. All right, or something like that. Okay, so, and I don't want to be one of those guys who yeah, get killed by something like that, or wrecked or whatever. Okay, so this is my opinion to these things. Now, a very important question that we have to answer now is where is the point that Bitcoin will fall to? All right, so somewhere will be the bottom. Where is it? The last bottom I could predict very, very good, I would say. And now I think I know where will be the next bottom. So I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because it's very important to me to give you all informations that I have, so that you can say, hey man, there's something wrong in your analysis, and that's very good for me because that helps me. Everybody makes mistakes, and yeah, so that is why I'm going very deep into this. Okay, so yeah, this is the first wave, once again, 2012. And now what I want to show you is this. So taking out Fibonacci, retracement tool coming to the lowest point, and we also need the daily exponential ribbon. Okay, so from the highest point to the lowest point of this wave, what you can see is, I mean, in the current wave we are moving inside of a rising channel. At that time we did the same, and look, the highest point after the third test of this channel line was very close to the 78% level. All right, so keep that in mind, it's very important. Now, the next thing, now after this third low, when we go up to the highest point of that move, because this is very similar to what we're seeing right now, what you can see is Bitcoin, after the third test of this channel line of the rising channel, came down to the 38% level, even tested the 50% level. So this is very important because you will see that happens every time. Coming down to the 38, finding support on it, even on the 50% level. At that wave we see the support on the 38% level, and this will be the time when the altcoins start to pump. I will show you that in a minute, but just for you to know, very important, after that point we come down to the 38 or 50% fib level. And what is also important, every time that we see this drop after the third test, there is a point where we fall below this daily exponential ribbon. All right, this point right there, and this happens every time. I've been talking about that in my previous videos. And now look, what is important is after all this movement, you can see it comes down to the 78% level, even falls a little bit below it. All right, so keep that in mind, it's very important. Going to the second wave, and once again taking out the Fibonacci retracement tool, going to the lowest point, and what you can see is after the third test, Bitcoin came up to the 61% level and then started to fall down. All right, 61, the last wave, the first wave, came to very close to the 78% level. All right, so this is very important for us. And now once again from the third low to the highest point, what you can see after this third test of the channel line of the rising channel, we come down, test this 38% level, and then we start this consolidation. All right, at that time, I mean, this is the second wave of that first bull market, and you can see it comes down to the 38% level, and then we see this kind of consolidation. This is the time when the altcoins start to pump, and then again we have this point where we are below the daily exponential ribbon, and we come down to the 61% level, and then we move higher. All right, so very similar to the first wave. Now taking a look at the third wave. So once again, so after the third low, we come up very close to the 61% level, then we fall down, we find support, we come up to the 61% level, and when we do it like that, what you can see is we come down to the 38% level and find support on this level. So this is the time when this is the time, sorry, so coming down to the 50% level and moving sideways. This is the time when the altcoins start to pump, and yeah, and then we have this point where we are below the daily exponential ribbon once again, and what you can see is we're coming down to the 78% level. All right, even fall a little bit below it. And something else that I also want to show you is when we go back to this first wave. I talked about it in my previous video, but I want to talk about it again. When it comes to the first wave, something is very important. I mean, we're coming back from the bear market, and we always have this valley, and very close to 1 year before the next halving, Bitcoin jumps over the edge of the valley. And now what is important, what I want to say is that this point where we are below the daily exponential ribbon, is a test of this edge height. So this is very important, so keep that in mind. Alright, so I showed you the third wave of this bull market. Now I'm not going to talk about the fourth wave because it leads us to the bear market, so we will take a look at that in 1.5 years. Alright, so once again, we're the fourth wave, we're coming. Bitcoin fell into this valley, and then 1 year before the next halving, jumping over the valley. And yeah, so and what you can see is this point where we are below the daily exponential ribbon is again very close to this rising channel, and the point we're coming down to, I mean this point right there, is very close to the edge of this valley. All right, so this is very important for us. Now, when we take out the Fibonacci retracement tool, going to the lowest point, so what you can see is that after the third test, we're coming up to the 78% level, all right, even a little bit higher, but not much, and that's it, all right. And this is exactly why I say that it is so unlikely that the current wave will now, or Bitcoin will now move up to over $13,000. It just makes no sense to me, all right, because that would be the first time, and yeah. So that's that. And when we do it like this, going to the highest point, so what you can see is so after this point we're coming down to the 38% level. We see this sideways movement before we fall below this daily exponential ribbon, so we find support on the 38% level, and this is exactly the time when the altcoins start to pump. All right. And then the lowest point is at the 61% level. All right, so this is very important because if you want to know, a lot of people want to know where is the point or the bottom of this movement right now when Bitcoin starts to fall. And yeah, so this is very important, 61 to 78% level. And when we're back to the current wave, I will show you where the bottom will be. And like I said, the edge of this valley also plays a big role for that. Okay, and now before I move on to the next wave, we have to talk about the altcoins, because the altcoins really started existing with the last bull market. All right, now when we go to this chart on CoinMarketCap, so this is the dominance chart. So we have the Bitcoin dominance, and then we have the dominance, for example, so you can see it right there, of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, NAM, and others. So, and I mean, what you can see right now very clearly is when Bitcoin is falling like there, the altcoins are moving higher. So the black one, this is Ethereum, but the others all do the same, but Ethereum is much bigger, so you can see it more clearly. So or at that point, all right, Bitcoin coming down, Ethereum coming up, and when Bitcoin is moving up, Ethereum is coming down. All right, so this is very important. And now something else that is important, I mean, take a look at that. So at the end of December 2015, Bitcoin fell out of this channel and then started the sideways movement. All right, so at the end of December 2015. Now, let's have a look what happened at that time. So this is the end of December 2015, and now look at the altcoins. what they're doing. All right, so it's not happening much. It's not happening much. All right, kind of sideways move, and then they start to move higher. So okay, I think you can see it very clearly. Ethereum really started moving, and now when we only take a look at Ethereum, so what was that? XRP, NAM, all right, and the others. So when we really take a look at what Ethereum was doing at that time, so 1%, 1%, and then, yeah, it started moving up, all right? So now let's have a look where it really started moving up. So this is around 10th of January, it really started moving up. Now, what was going on at that time, 10th of January? Yeah, so you can see this is the time of consolidation, sideways movement, and 10th of January is very close to the point where Bitcoin falls below this daily exponential ribbon, all right? So that means although Bitcoin is falling, Ethereum starts to move up. All right, and I think the reason is because the people take out their money out of Bitcoin and buy into the altcoins. All right, and that makes a lot of sense to me. The smart money tries to find a way because the smart money knows that now this thing is over and Bitcoin is moving sideways to the next wave, but they still want to make gains, so they're going to the altcoins. So this for me is the sign of the altcoin pump, and it will start much earlier. So what I'm going to do is when I see Bitcoin falling out of this channel and starts consolidating, that is for me the perfect time to buy in. Okay, now, so 10th of January starting to move higher and higher and higher, and then at that point, this is the 12th of February, starting to come down. Now, all right, what was going on 12th of February? So this is at that point. Now look, I mean, it makes so much sense when you take a look at this chart. You see, this is the time when Bitcoin starts to move above the daily exponential ribbon, and this is the time when Ethereum starts falling, and that makes so much sense. So that means for us, when we see Bitcoin moving above the daily exponential ribbon, I will be going out of the altcoins, buying Bitcoin back, riding this thing up, and then when I see, all right, we're coming down, we're not moving higher, and at that time I will tell you exactly to which point we're moving. So what you can see right now is we're coming very close to the highest point of this rising channel, all right? So it makes a lot of sense. So when we're very close to that point, I sell Bitcoin and I move over to the altcoins, all right? And so what you can see, it is falling now. At that point, it really starts moving up. So this is the 20th of February, and yeah, this is now look perfect. I mean, after the highest point, Bitcoin's coming down again, Ethereum's starting to move up again. All right, so just for your information, what to do in the next days. This is very important to make nice gains. This is my strategy. You know, nothing is financial advice and things like that. But like I said, I share my strategy with you, and this makes so much sense. All right. Now, I'm not going to show you every wave. I think you know what I'm talking about, and so once again, you can see the fourth wave. We're coming. We fall below. We fall inside of this valley, and then 1 year before the next halving, we jump over the valley, and so, and right here you can see the third test of this channel line was exactly at the same point where we had the highest point of this edge. So makes so much sense to me. So, and now the question, where will the bottom be? Or no, first, where will this consolidation start, where the altcoins will start to pump? Now what you can see is Bitcoin is now starting to come down, or maybe it goes up one time, I don't know, but at some point it will come down, and I think it is very, very likely that it will come to this point. Now, when we take out the Fibonacci retracement tool and do what we've done with the last wave, so this is our lowest point. If this is the highest point, what you can see is that Bitcoin will come down to the 38. This will be around 11,000 or to the 50% level. So, and this will be around $10,700. So this makes a lot of sense that it will come to these levels. Right now, I cannot exactly say what it will be, but we will see it, because maybe it comes down to the 51, goes back up to the 30, to the 50, goes back up to the 38, and then starts this consolidation. And when it's over, or when it crosses this main trend line of the rising channel, we will see the drop below this daily exponential ribbon. All right, and yeah, so we will know exactly when we have to buy in, because we will see the consolidation. We know where it will be. It will be around the 38 and the 38 and the 50% level. So this is what I expect. And I mean, the 50% level makes so much sense to me, because as you can see, the daily exponential ribbon is coming. It will act as support. So when we see the drop, so right now I see something's going on, but maybe it goes back. But yeah, at that point, somewhere around $10,900, $10,800, we will see support, and then Bitcoin will start this consolidation. We will buy in, and as you know, when Bitcoin falls, the altcoins even fall much harder. And now, no, sorry. And yeah, so, and now the other question, where will be the lowest point? So what we've seen is Bitcoin always comes down to the 61 or the 78% level, and the 78% level is around $9,700. All right, maybe it goes a little bit lower than that, and then it would be around $9,500, but I don't think that we will come down to $7,000. I mean, look at that. This is such a huge or big distance, and this never happened. All right. So this is okay for me still, $9,500. The lowest I see Bitcoin is $8,500 to fill the gap. All right. This, I still could imagine something like that, but this is more likely to me. That we will see something like that. So when we take a look at the daily exponential ribbon, right now it is around $10,300, and when we see something like that, then yeah, $9,500 makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, and a question that a lot of you asked me is, when is the really perfect time? Should we buy the altcoins before the last drop? And I want to answer this question with the first wave of the last bull market. So what you can see is that this was at 26th of December 2015. So 26th of December 2015, and now you can see Ethereum is at yeah, under 1%. Now let's have a look what happened before. Yeah, so you can see we were not much higher or something like that. So I think you can so you know that when this drop comes and then this consolidation starts, so what you can see right there is that there's not much happening. All right, so yeah, a little bit. So we're talking about, let's say, 5 to 7%, something like that. And then it really starts moving higher. All right, so you could buy into the altcoins right now. This would not be a mistake considering where the altcoins will go to. And this brings me to this. This is something I showed you already in one of my previous videos, and something I said is that Bitcoin came up to $13,900 and the all-time high was around $20,000, so we are 1.44 times away from the all-time high. And when the altcoins do the same thing, then I mean, this is from my previous video, so this is not the price that we have right now. We have a much better situation now because the altcoins fell. I mean, look at that. I was making this calculation with Cardano around 7 cents. Now it is around 5 cents. All right, so you make much more. All right, so we have the perfect time to buy into the altcoins. And NAM 19x, now it is at 6 cents. All right, so perfect time to buy into the altcoins. And some of you asked about XRP. So when XRP will be, after the altcoin pump, 1.44 times away from its all-time high, then it will make 8x. IOTA will make 15x with the current price, and Ethereum will make 4.4x. So because we are now at $220, right? And this is also something that I showed you. So this is with the last bull market after the first wave, when the altcoin pump started, and something that happened at that time was Ethereum started very close to $1 and made 15x. NEMs made 15x at that time. And when we had the second wave and the altcoin pump started, Ethereum made 23x, NEM made 77x. So what I'm trying to say is, or what I want to show you, and I think you already know, when Bitcoin moves up, so we were around $3,000 and moved to nearly $14,000. So this means something around, let's say, 4.5x what Bitcoin made after the bottom. And I mean, when Bitcoin makes something around 4x, the altcoins tend to make much more. All right, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see 10x, 15x, 20x, things like that. So much more than Bitcoin did right now. But this is the thing, I mean, the altcoins move much higher or with more strength, but they also fall much harder. So this is the things. But when you know when to buy into the altcoins, when to leave them, then you're able to make nice gains. And I showed you the points that are very important to buy in and to sell the altcoins. So like I said, right now I think we are very close to the last drop. So this move out of the rising channel, and the altcoin pump will come in the next days. I can't tell you exactly when it will start, but when you see what the altcoins are doing in the last days, so they're bleeding. When we take a look at Cardano, I mean, this compared to Bitcoin, I mean, this is huge. This is huge, and at some point we will see them come up, and I think we're very close to that point. Ethereum coming down, like crazy, Litecoin coming down, so they are losing really heavy, and or IOTA. And they will start, and when they start, this is the reason why we will see this 10x and 15x or 20x, because I mean, they lost so much compared to Bitcoin, so much, and this is why they will make so much gains. All right, or Chainlink is also not really moving higher in the last days. This one will also make nice gains. EOS, yeah. Like all the others, I mean, what you can see is they're all doing the same compared to Bitcoin. They're all doing the same, and at some point they will start moving up. So DentaCoin, someone talked about. What you can see is, yeah, also coming down. Possible that it will make nice gains. Or NEM, yeah, coming down. So and I mean, look at that, what NEM is able to do. or what it's able to do, and I expect something like that of NEM in the next days. All right, that's it for today. It's a long video, but I think it is very important to talk about these things. And there are a lot of altcoins with a lot of potential, like basic attention token, or I don't know, Bitcoin Cash and XRP and things like that. I think what I'm going to do is I will choose altcoins with announcements, big partnerships like Chainlink with Google or IOTA with Jaguar and things like that, Ethereum 2.0 and things like, I mean, or Cardano, the Shelly update. So these are huge announcements, and I think that a lot of people will buy the altcoins because of these announcements. And when you have an altcoin with such an announcement, then I think it's not a mistake to buy one of these. And like I said, one of the altcoins that I really like is Cardano, and I mean, look what Cardano is able to do, what it is doing. It didn't lose so much compared to the other altcoins in the last days, and I think that it will make a real nice rally in the next days when the altcoin pump starts. Yeah, so these are my investments, and yeah. So thank you very much for your attention. Please write in the comments what you think about this video. Give it a thumbs up. And yeah, tell the people that we are really doing nice things in our community. The Discord channel is fantastic and so much knowledge. And if you really want to be updated, you should join the Discord channel, because I can make a video every day. And if you have questions or things like that, you can ask me. You can ask Zach. People that are really into this since many years, and yeah, so this is the best thing you can do right now. And another advice that I want to give you is when you listen to people, I mean, there are a lot of people saying they know what is going on, but when you see someone only giving you numbers without proof, just saying something, then you really shouldn't listen to these people. And I think the people that are following me, that are inside of this community, were able to make really nice gains in the last days, because till this moment every decision was correct. And I think the big reason for that is that everything I say is based on historical price movement, is based of knowledge inside of our community. So yeah, and this is very important. So thank you very much. Have a nice day, and I'll keep you updated.